we're accused of doing this out of hate. Nothing we do is out of hate. What we do is out of love. Love for our children's future. Love for our Queen. Love for democracy. In America, love for the Constitution. Love for the First Amendment. Love for the Stars and Stripes. And at the same time, we hear legends or heroes. What we do is not heroic, it's not legendary. What we do is our duty. Heroic and legendary is what the American military, the British military are doing. They're suffering, they're dying in faraway fields fighting against the forces of Sharia. We're threatened with death. There's a possibility of death. Our brothers and sisters, our sons and daughters that are fighting now in Afghanistan and Iraq, they're getting shot every day. They dust themselves off and they walk straight back out there. They're the true legends, they're the true heroes. Also, this Islamophobe. When I'm from Luton Town. Luton Town is a town of immigrants. Yeah? I hear, sometimes I get criticised for this, but multiculturalism, in my view, in my hometown, multiculturalism works. Okay? It works. And when people say it doesn't work, they identify Islam that doesn't work. In Luton, the Sikhs, the Jews, there's not many Jews left, most of them have been forced out, but the Sikhs, the Jews, the Hindus, the West Indians, they've all integrated into society. Look around this room here today. It's a multicultural audience. The one that don't integrate is Islam. It's the Islamic community. And by blaming on multiculturalism, we're broadening the problem rather than just highlighting and pinpointing the exact problem, which is Islam as an ideology, which is not integrating and not assimilating. Also, I believe your country is 20 years behind ours, and I wish and I'd give anything to turn our clock back 20 or 30 years. What's happening in England? What's happening in Luton? What's happening in East London, in Bradford? Towns like this, they're a blueprint. It's inevitable. Demographics, statistics, birth rate. It's coming to a town near you. You can't. In England, people just move like this, and they're all trying to get away, but you can't keep running. Someone has to identify it, highlight it, and in a country like America, even Australia, look at our country, look at Europe and learn. It has to be stopped, and people have to stand up and fight against it now. Also, I hear, it's hypocritical really, I hear David Cameron and all our politicians saying that certain regimes, leaders will be brought to justice, such as Assad will be brought to justice from Syria. Well, one day, our leaders across Europe that are aiding, abetting the Islamisation and the destruction of our culture and our people, they will be brought to justice. Yeah. Also, I heard her talking about Dearborn and what happened in Dearborn, and it was exactly like listening, exactly what happened. We had a demonstration 2 weeks ago now in East London in Walthamstow. Yeah, if you YouTube it, have a look at what happened. We went down there and it was all orchestrated. It was orchestrated by the police. It was orchestrated in a way to basically cancel our demonstration. We got there was thousands of this loose allegiance between communists, Marxists and every other weirdo in the world, along with all the Islamists. And they're all there trying to attack us, and there's bricks coming in, and a brick lands next to me. I go up to the police officer in charge and say, are you actually going to do anything about this? And then they pull our microphone out and say, you can't give your speeches, you can't have your demonstration. So why not? We said, because you're going to provoke a reaction from this crowd. So again, they took away our freedom of speech, our right to assembly, and our democratic rights due to the fear of violence and mob rule and threats and intimidation. And it's exactly the same as here and that. And the police officer said, unless you come away, we'll arrest you. Exactly the same. We're doing nothing wrong. We're the ones that are law-abiding. And they actually arrested 388 of our supporters. They held them, sat them in the road for 6 hours, 7 hours, 6, 7 hours, no toilet, women not allowed to use the toilet, pregnant women, no drink facilities, nothing, held for 7 hours, put into the backs of police cars and vans, and driven to different police stations across the capital because they couldn't. Well, what they said was to prevent the breach of the peace. So rather than dealing with the Islamists and the violent Muslim gangs that were on the streets, they they make us the victims. So the victims once and you're the victims again. And it was exactly the same as listening to that earlier, but this is what's going on now, and luckily in this country, this is why I get jealous sometimes, when I look in other countries, you've got well-educated people, you've got influential people that are fighting this fight. In England, we just have working class people. We don't have any politicians talking for us, and it makes it easier for them to demonise us, and easier for them to slander us. And I'm the first to say that I'm not the moral compass for the world. I'm no angel, but at the same time, what we're doing it for the right reasons, and we're standing up for what's right. And so that's why sometimes I just get jealous when I look to this country and hear influential people stand up. I just sit and think, I wish so bad we had someone doing that in our country, but we don't. So we can only do what we do. I'll just finish on, in a world full of deceit, the truth would bring a revolution. And I think that if everyone knew the truth about Islam and the ideology and what lays ahead, there'd be a revolution tomorrow. It's all of our jobs to put the truth out there, to make sure people understand what the ideology is, what Sharia is. And I'll finish on, when we say no surrender, we mean it, we'll live by it, we'll die by it. There'll be no white flag raised, not now, not ever, not in Europe, not in America. God bless.